CAC really works in two pillars, prevention and intervention. And you've talked a little bit about both, but how are those distinctly different?
Yeah, so prevention, I mean, at its core, it's focused on preventing child abuse and neglect from occurring. We know that in our world, there's always going to be something that we need to address, but what we want to do is to prevent this from happening so that we have less people coming in on the intervention side of things. We want to work to make sure that people have the resources and education that they need, that kids have the language and the understanding that they need to be able to talk if something ever does happen and to be able to set healthy boundaries. So the prevention is really, truly focused on just making sure that people have the resources that they need and making sure that children have the opportunity to live their lives as a child, to enjoy childhood, to be kids.
Yeah, and that's just an amazing piece. And this work has to be supported through engaged community members and supporters. And I know you have a huge event coming up really soon. And I'm sure many people have actually heard of it, but maybe they haven't went or they haven't taken that next step to explore. So let's talk a little bit about arts and advocacy. And we've already mentioned arts in this conversation. We've mentioned advocacy. But how do those two things marry for this event for the Child Advocacy Center?
Absolutely. So like you said, we rely on the community support for our operations. Being a nonprofit, like we truly would not be able to do what we do without support from the community. Whether it's through large organizations or just individuals who, donate time or resources, we really rely on that, and we really appreciate that community buy-in as well. As for arts and advocacy, that event is a really amazing event. I would encourage everyone to go if you've ever been. It's an awesome time. If you haven't, check it out. That is really focused on bringing the community together and sharing in our message and really just bringing to light what we do and highlighting its importance within the community. We have so much support from local artists at that event. We get donations from local artists as well as live painting from some amazing artists in the community where they'll create something that night to be auctioned off. We also get donations from other small businesses in the area that we can raffle off. It is raffle, sorry. We've changed the format so many times for that auction. So we get lots of donations from the community to have raffles there. We have drinks and food and just conversations about the work that we do. It's tough to talk about this type of work in public sometimes. People aren't always willing to have conversations about child abuse. It's not a fun dinner topic. But this event really serves to provide us a place to talk about the advocacy and the work that we do and how important it is, and do it in a place where people can enjoy their night and have a fun night out.
Well, that's the message, right? It's such heavy work, but removing that weight to just talk about the positive impacts, because as much as we can focus on this negative feeling we have when we have these uncomfortable conversations about complex things, and don't get me wrong, it is a very complex conversation and there is a lot of weight there, there is so much positive impact that this has in so many different spaces as well. And I think it is important to step back and celebrate that. And art is a great medium to kind of invoke that emotion and allow people to feel and experience in different ways. And are you looking for more artists, or how can people get more involved with this event?
Absolutely. So if someone is interested in donating art to the event, we are in the process of kind of collecting those donations right now. We have such an amazing group of artists that does consistently donate art to our auction, and works with the wonderful Annie Stout to kind of coordinate that. But we are always looking for more buy-in from the community, whether it's donating a piece, donating time, or just buying a ticket and coming to the event really is what we would love to see. We just love to see more people involved and willing to talk about this stuff and willing to hear the impact that CACs have on the community, because there is a lot more that we can provide than just being there on these bad days.
And so what's the date on that we're looking at? Is it May 1st?
It's May 1st.
May
Yep,
1st? Okay.
May 1st. So it's coming up quick.
So coming up soon, if you're hearing this here, probably don't have too much more time to get your tickets and put it on your calendar. So let's make sure we're elevating that May 1st date and prioritizing it.
Absolutely.
Really excited. So where does that event take place at?
Yeah, so that's at Creative 360 at their new-ish location on Jefferson. They were amazing to host last year, and we had such a good turnout and such a good space for it. Plus, they always have amazing exhibits there, so it's just a great place to check out even outside this event. But it's there. It's May 1st, and I think its doors open at 5:30, so definitely should be an amazing evening.
I need a staff photo of you guys outside of Creative 360 with the Art Builds Midland letters.
1,000%.
That's an original
Will be
project
done.
of Public Arts Midland from a long time ago. They were in different places everywhere from down by the ballpark to sprinkled throughout town, down by the Tridge. So I think it's cool that it lives at Creative 360 right out there in front. As kind of a monument to art in our community, and I need a staff photo of you guys out there
we can
really
totally
celebrating.
Do that. Our auction this year is Happy Little Trees themed, so
Awesome.
maybe we can even get a Bob Ross wig in there.
I love that.
See what we can come up with.
You know, well, let's just mess Kevin's hair up a little bit, and we can get Kevin high with the
I feel like
the
if we get like a
full-on
teasing
cosplay.
comb, he'll be set. Yeah,
Absolutely, not too far off. We'll
No.
get him rolling. I'll send the email directly after this.
Perfect.
Subscribe wherever you consume media. Max Loves Midland is your entertainment, resources, and collective improvement hub for Midland County. Plan your next adventure in Midland at maxlovesmidland.com.